Another crypto exchange hacked, but this time with a twist. Peter with today's Not So Critical update.
Hey guys, this is a story about crypto.com, or a tweet about a story about crypto.com, which has frozen withdrawals. I actually know this was a couple of days ago, so maybe they've unfrozen them now. But yeah, they froze withdrawals because they got hacked, and $15 million in Ether was stolen, and now the money is being laundered through something called Tornado Cash, which I'm not really familiar with. I'm hoping Jon can enlighten us both, or all of us, and you. But let's see. Jon, go on. What's Tornado Cash?
Hold on.
I like that you
Before
were
we get
like,
started,
Yeah.
Peter,
Yeah.
you completely
I
glossed
know.
over my intro with the
What was
twist.
your-
Tornado Cash twist. Nothing.
Oh, was that you see, I can't tell if you when you actually make jokes or not.
That was my dad joke for the day. All right, fine, whatever. It didn't hit. Fine, whatever. Go ahead, Jon.
Is this because you made an inadvertent bad joke earlier and you didn't realize?
It's just the boomer in me coming out. Can't help it.
I make dad jokes all the time. Look at me, how funny! Don't give up your day job, Mike. Honestly, sorry. All right.
Okay, so let's break some things down.
Break it down.
You know, I was never a fan of crypto.com. I felt like they were too like on the nose, like, you know, Coinbase, shit company, cool name, right? Like Kraken, another crypto exchange, cool logo, cool name, very hip, you know. And then it's like crypto.com. Like, could you not come? It's like you're using the word in your business. I don't know. I didn't like it.
They're a little extra.
Very thirsty. Yeah, I felt like they were just trying a bit too hard. Sure.
You're making such an effort today, Mike. This is brilliant.
And then I just also, the funny thing is that crypto.com I forget how much money they spent to rename. Was it the Los Angeles? I don't remember which stadium.
Oh, yes.
But they wanted to rename a stadium the crypto.com stadium. And it's like, listen to that. You know, that really rolls off the tongue when you have .com in your business name. Like, that sounds really good. That was sarcasm, if any crypto.com PR people are watching.
They'll still take your sponsorship.
Let's talk about, yeah, of course, we'll still negotiate. Let's talk about the hack. So one thing to note, as far as we can tell, no user funds were stolen. This was reserves, Ethereum and reserve, in the internal crypto.com reserve. And I believe that it wasn't actually being washed at 1,000 Ethereum, in 1,000 Ethereum batches. I think it was washed in 100, just a little small detail. But let's talk about Tornado Cash. So
yeah. What is it?
In crypto for a long time, actually, like close to as long as Bitcoin's been a thing, this has existed. And these are tumblers. These are coin tumblers. And as the name suggests, you put in your money with everyone else's crypto, and they do like hundreds of transactions with each other into like dozens, if not hundreds of wallets, and then they send you back. So what this does is it makes the individual coins unidentifiable, because thanks to the blockchain, you're able to track these coins. So if we take the $15 million worth of Ethereum that was stolen, and I then go and try to exchange it on any well-known exchange, that Ethereum has been blacklisted. As soon as I deposit it, it's going to be frozen and then handed over to the authorities. Then any information that exchange can provide to the authorities will be provided, IP, you know, any fingerprinting that they might be taking off of the browser, etc. So what a tumbler does, like Tornado Cash, is that it launders or washes the money, and it allows you to then take it out and spend it without being caught.
So that was the question that Peter actually asked while you were suspended without pay, Jon, because we did a similar, this is like what, the third or fourth hacked crypto
Mhm.
exchange story we've
Yeah.
done. And that was the question:
Yeah.
is if it's untraceable, how do you get the money out? Because at that point, they know you're putting it into some bank account somewhere, but it's by
Yeah.
using one of these tumblers.
So this is the first step. Now, how do you trust these tumblers, right? Like, this is a service, and any service can be breached or taken over, or yeah. So the next step for this person or persons who committed the crime would be to exchange that for something called Monero. Monero is a privacy token, privacy coin. Their whole shtick is it's untraceable, unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the rest. The reason you can't trace it is because the way that the Monero developers created their blockchain and technology is that it's very similar to Tor. You send a transaction, and that transaction gets pooled with other transactions, and then it gets left or hits an exit node, if you want to use Tor terms, to hit the receiver. So you can't actually tell where the money went. You can tell a wallet sent money, but you cannot tell to where.
So okay, hit pause for a second there, because I think that's quite a lot of information for
Sure.
me at least. So these are technologies which are explicitly designed to anonymize everything and make it all very difficult to trace back money, and basically they're like designed for criminals, I suppose.
No, because I'll tell you why it's not. So this is a really good argument, and everyone loves making this argument, because at first it was Bitcoin was designed for criminals. No, nothing against you, Peter. It's a great question. First, Bitcoin was designed to, for criminals, because it was the new primary currency for the dark web markets. Then they realized very quickly that Bitcoin can actually be tracked. So they switched to Monero. The Monero developers, their ideals is what made them create it. It was not about here's a I don't know, perfect coin for criminals, right? Because if we take the US dollar, right, and I'm a bad guy and I'm going to go put a hit on someone, or buy drugs or buy weapons, I can show up with a suitcase of cash. Can the feds track that I showed up with a suitcase of cash and tell me or tell, whatever, that I handed that money to X person or dealer? No, of course not. So the argument is inherently flawed when we're talking about, was this made for criminals? In that case, the US dollar was made for criminals, right? Because it's fairly
private for criminals.
I know.
Right, exactly. Signal is made for criminals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I get it. I just
yeah. But it was definitely a good like advocating for the devil. I know that you don't actually believe that, but Mike does. No, I'm just kidding.
So, it's my job. I believe all kinds of crazy stuff. You don't even know.
Yeah.
That's the shtick for this hack.
Well,
and I think oh yeah, go ahead. No, go.
I'm going to go completely off topic and explain why I'm sensitive about this boomer thing.
Sure.
Because in the comments, I was accused not once but twice of being a boomer by our friend Sandeep, and Peter doubling down. And my son thought that was so funny, or my child thought that was so funny. They laughed hysterically for minutes, and I was told that I'm not technically a boomer, but I do have boomer energy.
You do, yeah.
So thanks for exposing that, Peter. You
being
kids
a boomer is
on my podcast.
It's not me. You can thank Sandeep. He's the guy that we can credit for with this revelation.
You jumped on it pretty quickly.
Well, maybe it's come up before on,
Yeah, I felt like it was minutes after Sandeep posted that Peter was there. Like it was instant.
Yeah,
and
Peter was on
I really appreciate Sandeep saying how diplomatic I am. I think he hit it right on the nail on the head. I definitely do. I think he's great.
Oh, sure. All right, I see. At any rate, this crypto, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's something that the kids are doing these days, and we just keep doing stories about it.